Hey, what is going on YouTube? My name is Inhibition, and today we're going to be talking about balding. Okay, a lot of you men out there, a lot of you guys in your early to late or mid 20s are going to be experiencing some sort of hairline receding, hairline pushing back, or just general balding like me. And you know, it gets pretty bad. It gets taxing on a human being. So today I'm going to be discussing my journey with balding, and I'm going to be talking about a lot of solutions you guys can do because I've done a lot of research into this. I've been balding for 4 years, so I've been doing research for 4 years. And I'm going to start a gigantic treatment plan. And I've done a lot of research and should be able to help you guys too if you are in my situation. So let's get right into it, man. I would like to first show the damage. So, yeah, check it out. I mean, that's brutal. I mean, it's so hard for me to share this on camera. Because, you know, I wear a hat all the time to hide my insecurities or whatever, but I don't care at this point. I want to share my story with people and show the pain. And maybe help people out in the process because I do care about that, genuinely. So, right now, let's talk about how we got to this point. Let's talk about my journey first. And then we'll get into more of like things that I did to try and stop it, and then things that I'm going to do to stop it, because I am going to start a treatment plan and I do know a lot about how to treat androgenic alopecia. So let's get right into it. So this is me right now. This is what I would look like if I actually took a shower, blow dried my hair, did put product in. So it doesn't look too bad, you know. It doesn't look like he's crazily balding. There is some, you'll see, like, this is the weird thing about my balding pattern, is like it's just all over. It's everywhere. It's my hairline, it's my crown, my sides even have balded. I've lost hair on my sides. I've lost hair on my entire body, which is very weird, which is why I'm getting a hormonal panel done, because it's a really strange type of balding that I haven't really seen or heard about, where you just bald everywhere except your beard, which I mean, my beard is fire, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, a lot of people told me to just cut it off because at this point I just look like shit. Like, it looks like I'm trying to hold on to it, like you can tell. But I'm holding on to it. I'm gonna start getting on the medicine. So let's go through my story real quick. All right. So here's me. This is me probably a month ago. I don't know. Can you guys tell? Is it better or worse? It should be getting worse because that's happened in the past 4 years. So you can tell I got Hurricane Katrina right here, and it's spreading out all over the rest of my fucking head, and you can see a lot of dandruff particles. So you'd be like, yo, what are you doing, man? You dirty, you don't shower. The problem with this is I used to do a lot of oil, right? I used to put a shit ton of oil in my hair because I wanted to keep it, and obviously it didn't work. And I saw no results with it. But that basically, all of that oil conditioned my head to need a significant amount of oil to not flake. So there's just a lot of dandruff because of the pressures I put on my head only a few months ago. So this is just temporary. But I'm gonna start using keto. Dude, you guys hear that shit? Fucking motorcycle ruining my video. Okay, anyways. I'm going to use ketoconazole shampoo, which is something that you guys should also use as an androgen blocker and a dandruff stopping agent. So yeah, ketoconazole shampoo, or it has another name. I'm not sure. It starts with nicozole or something. Nizicol. I don't know. You guys can look it up, but I know the term ketoconazole for it. So this is me in 2019, in February. You can see that's about me 1 year into balding. At this point right now, I'm at year 4. I started balding in early 2018. So yeah, it's early 2022 right now. And in this picture, it was early 2019, so about 1 year balding. And my hair looked pretty good back then. I wish I had that much now. You could see layering. I mean, you could see layering here, but it's with the skin. This is me 3-4 months ago, and obviously if I try to do the same thing, it doesn't work. Look at this picture. And look at this one. There's a difference here. There's more thickness in this one. So in only 3 to 4 months, I was able to go from this to this. So it's definitely progressing. I think it's progressing aggressively. Like, I'm balding very aggressively right now, which is why I'm trying to get on treatment as soon as possible, because I need to save what I can. Here's me again, 2019, after this specific haircut that I got that I really liked. You can see my hairline was kind of like fading right here. There's like a little fade, and I was really like, what the heck? I was like insecure about that. Like, bro, imagine me now. You must got my hairline right now, dog. It's fucked, completely fucked. And you can see, like, partially the reason that my hair looks like okay in some certain instances is because I just do the comb over style. So I just cover all my balding spots with like long ass hairs. So you can see this stuff reaches like 9 inches. Like, I literally have 9 inches of hair just on my head, which is kind of crazy. This is me in 2019 as well, in March, so still a bit over a month of balding. This is actually only 1 month after this picture, so that's pretty crazy, the amount of growth of hair that I had. You can see there's a lot of hair. I look like some sort of skater dude, and I was really fat back then too. Here's me. Here's a good example of me balding 3 to 4 months after finding out. And you can see I was taking pictures of my bald spot already because I was concerned. I was like, holy crap, I can see my bald spot now. Like, you can see a very tiny bald spot in this picture. I didn't know it was gonna get this bad. That's brutal. That is brutal. Here's me again taking more pictures. It was August 2018. Man, if I could go back, I was so insecure about my bald spot here. I was like, dude, I'm balding. Like, I'm gone. Like, I'm gonna be gone in 2 years. Yeah, bro. 2 years later, I still had a hairline better than what I have right now. I wish I was 2 years ago. It's just like, you can see some bald spot right here. You can see some skin right there. Like, you can see right through the top of the head. Back in 2018, 4 years ago. So yeah, my balding has progressed significantly. It's not good. And here's a picture of me when I started balding. So this was like right when I started, right when I noticed. This was like probably, I noticed a week after this maybe, that I started balding. And you can see my hairline is like god tier. But right here, I was already fading a little bit right here on the sides, the sideburns, which don't even exist anymore. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's my story. That's what I have gotten through. Let's talk about some of the things I did on the process. So a lot of stuff that I did had to do with like holistic things, so oils, because, you know, living in strict households, you can't exactly hop on a untested medicine like finasteride, like what I put here. At this point, finasteride won't even help. That's not true. Finasteride is probably going to help me, hopefully. We'll see. So I'm gonna show you guys my vitamin collection of vitamins I take. Definitely not vitamin deficient. That's definitely not one of the problems. So here we got D3. I'm just gonna list them: magnesium, zinc, shilajit, which is a natural mushroom herb thing, powder, not thing. I have a multivitamin, which has all the, you know, necessary vitamins such as folate, B12 for hair, thyroid stimulating vitamins like for fish oil, vitamin E, vitamin D. I mean, all these things are necessary for hair, and if you don't take them, you'll have hair loss. So I definitely don't have any deficiencies that are causing this. The cause is androgenic alopecia, which means that it's related to my what? Genetics, DHT levels. It's related to my genetics. So my father is bald, but most of my mother's family isn't bald. My brothers are younger than me, and both of them are also balding, so it's pretty brutal. So let's go into treatment options, and then after treatment options, I should also talk about how balding occurs. Actually, let me go. How balding occurs. Let's do that first. So how balding occurs. Basically, right, if you're genetically predisposed, let me give you a story, okay? So in 2016, so I was a senior in college. I graduated. I was a senior in high school, my bad, in 2016. And I graduated. I started going to college. So I was a freshman in college in 2016 in the fall. So my first haircut in college, I was getting a fade, and I saw the sides right here. It was fading a little bit. And I was like, what the hell is that from? Well, I linked that to me taking creatine 1 month before that haircut, and I stopped taking creatine after. I'd never touched creatine, but I like to say after that story, I like to say that creatine started my balding. Now, how does that make any sense? What does creatine do? Creatine is a naturally occurring compound, and it's used by a lot of bodybuilders. To increase, energy during sets, I believe it is, which basically allows you to do more reps and tear more muscle fibers. Creatine helps. It's proven to help. It's very widely researched. However, one of the effects of creatine is that it increases DHT levels, dihydroxytestosterone. See? There's a study right here from PubMed. DHT increased by 56% after 7 days of creatine loading. That is ridiculous. 56% increase in dihydroxytestosterone? Dihydroxytestosterone is basically a more potent form of testosterone, and DHT is linked to doing 3 other things, I believe: skin, hair, and one other thing. I'm not too sure what else it does. It's a very important hormone, obviously. It's also important for skeletal muscular building, I think. So there's like 3 or 4 main effects of DHT. The ones I know are skin and hair. But so let's talk about the mechanism of DHT. If you are genetically predisposed to bald, you will be genetically predisposed based on your DHT level. So if you have too much DHT and you're genetically predisposed to bald, you will bald. So I'm definitely genetically predisposed because me and my brother, I have familial history. So if my DHT levels are too high, that's going to mean that I'm balding. So how is DHT made? How can we stop it? If we can do that, if we can stop DHT, we can maybe cure my balding, right? So let's find out how DHT is made. Basically, testosterone is broken down into dihydroxytestosterone. How is that done? It's done through an enzyme called 5-alpha reductase. It's actually the type 2 out of 3 types. So it's type 1, type 2, type 3, 5-alpha reductase. Type 2 creates DHT. And finasteride, which is a treatment for DHT, is able to actually block that enzyme from converting testosterone to dihydroxytestosterone. So if you get this drug, you're basically going to stop the production of DHT, which is in turn going to kill your DHT levels and stop you from balding, even if you're genetically predisposed. So this drug right here, finasteride or Propecia, is able to cure balding. Now, is there any side effects of finasteride? Yeah, there can be, and that's all dependent on your hormonal levels. So if you have to get basically a hormonal panel done before you start going on finasteride. You have to check all your hormones, you have to check your test levels, your free test, your SHBG, estrogen, estradiol, prolactin. You have to check all these hormones, neurosteroids. You have to make sure there's no problems. If you're in all the normal ranges and you're looking good, it's not a hormonal imbalance, take DHT and you should be good. However, some of the effects of DHT, what DHT actually does, it's going to stop the production of what finasteride does is going to stop the production of DHT. And when you do that, it's gonna increase a little bit of the concentration of testosterone, but it's also going to increase the concentration of estrogen and other hormones. It's going to affect other parts of your body. So if your test to estrogen ratio is not optimal, if you're say estrogen's a little bit higher in the ratio, you may develop female characteristics such as breast tissue, which is an actual seen side effect of finasteride. So gynecomastia, you can get gynecomastia from this. But obviously, let's take a look here at the finasteride side effect profile. Actually, no, let's not look it up. It's just basically impotence, which is like an erectile dysfunction, no sex drive, and gynecomastia. Those are probably the main big three. I've heard other ones like acne, like people will develop acne, and that probably has to do with the skin pathway for DHT and finasteride, but that's not really like one of the higher frequency seen side effects. Let's check the finasteride side effects in studies. Okay, so yeah, less than 2% of men, this is a NCBI, so it's a legit article. Less than 2% of men will see side effects such as decreased libido and all these things, right? Less than 2%. That's almost nobody. And what tends to happen is we usually see older men, men who don't have the hormonal imbalances. Those types of men are being the ones that are getting side effects. So it's always good to just check beforehand, before taking the drug, that if it's a safe idea. And what's usually reported is that if you stop taking finasteride, all these side effects will disappear. One of the problems though, you can never stop taking finasteride. If you stop taking finasteride, all the hair progress that you made is going to fall out, because those are finasteride dependent hairs. Now, finasteride doesn't grow your hair. Finasteride just stops your hair from falling out. It's going to crash your DHT. So when I take finasteride, what I have here, it's going to stay, but it's not going to continue growing, right? So we need some sort of growing agent. So I'm undoubtedly going to take oral finasteride 1 milligram every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm taking lower doses to avoid side effects, and I'm taking lower doses just because it's like a pain in the ass to take it every day, I feel like. Yeah, so every 3 days I will take finasteride. Okay, so we need a growing agent, which is going to be the other treatment we have here, minoxidil. Minoxidil is a growth agent. I forgot how it works. That's just what sucks. But it basically will... I forgot the mechanism behind it, the molecular mechanism, but it basically just ends up increasing the growth in your hair, the hair follicle growth, like the length, hair follicles will start growing, as well as the diameter of your hair, the thickness of your hairs, that will increase, which is very important for me because I've definitely seen thinning in the thickness of my hair follicles. So yeah, I will also be taking minoxidil. However, I will not be taking Keeps' minoxidil, because there's different types of minoxidils you can get and better ones. So there was a study done where you can do... So minoxidil, by the way, you have to put that on twice a day. That's a topical solution you put on twice a day. You rub it in your fucking head. That's a bitch of a thing, okay? That is a bitch of a problem. I'm not trying to do that twice a day. What if I want to put product in my hair? I'm gonna have to put oil in and get all that shit in and then do it. No, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do it once a day and at night when I'm about to go to sleep. Like before I go to sleep, I brush my teeth. I'm not trying to do that every single day, twice a day. I'm trying to do it once a day maximum. So, and I'm gonna have to do this one for the rest of my life too if I want to keep my hair, and I'm not doing that. I'm gonna stop at around age 30 or 35. We'll see, but as far as I know, minoxidil is a good medicine to use, and you can bolster minoxidil with other compounds. So there was a study done on tretinoin used with minoxidil. So minoxidil with tretinoin. If the study doesn't show up, it's fine. Here we go. Study. PubMed. Tretinoin is known to increase the percutaneous absorption of minoxidil and therefore enhance the response of AGA to minoxidil. Oh yeah, there's like some sulfur binding agents that allow minoxidil to be absorbed. So this is basically increasing the absorption. Yeah, what it's saying. For this reason, we assume that tretinoin would be helpful in alleviating the inconvenience of associated recommended twice daily application of minoxidil. So see, you don't have to do it twice a day. If you do it with tretinoin, I'm not sure the amount you need, so I should probably read up on this article. 0.01% tretinoin with 5% minoxidil. Then you should be able to use minoxidil only once a day. So that's going to help significantly. Another thing you have to do. You have to do this. A Derma Roller. Basically, you just put microneedles in your head, and that basically increases the absorption of minoxidil and or topical finasteride if you use that. But any topical solutions will be absorbed much better with the Derma Roller. Now, if I were you, I wouldn't get a Derma Roller. I would get a Derma device, which is, you're gonna have to find a good one. Oh, this is the website maybe. But you guys just do your own research and find a Derma device, which is like a electric Derma Roller where you actually it's like a pen, like a Derma pen. You put the pen around your head and it will automatically just make the incision and the microneedling holes. It's much safer. There's no tearing in your head. And it's probably $300, but it's definitely worth the investment to rather do $300 and significantly better results than just spending a couple bucks on a Derma Roller and not getting the perfect benefit from it. So yeah, do that maybe once a week with your minoxidil. Don't overdo it. Maybe twice a week. But yeah, there's almost no way. If you're taking finasteride, having no side effects, taking minoxidil, doing derma rolling with minoxidil with tretinoin, and you're doing ketoconazole shampoo, ketoconazole shampoo, which is an androgen blocker. So it'll aid in the finasteride sequence. Then there's almost no way. There's no way that you end up balding. These are called the big three. The big three of balding. But I just, enhanced it a little bit with tretinoin and derma devicing. So yeah, man. That is the cure to balding. And I'm going to definitely track my progress because I'm going to be starting that soon. I'm getting my blood tests right now, and I may even share my blood tests and show off my high test and all that. But yeah, there's gonna be more coming from me on this channel, guys. So if you did enjoy that video, please leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. Yeah, I'm out. Peace. That was corny. Okay, if you're still here, leave a comment that says #you're bald.